Hey guys and gals, I got another one for you today. Today is going to be the third video of ranked battles, and though we were only one game away, it's going to take me 3 matches, spoiler alert, to get to Gold League here. So I'm in my AMX 54 in this match, and we're on Paris, and I love this map. This map is fantastic. I mean, really, just like scouts, I'd rather not be on this map, or maybe like sneaky snipers, but everything else is game for me. And if I am in a scout, it's not the end of the world, because you can get around and flank pretty easily on this map. But I just love this choke point. Get down here, start brawling. Got an IS-7 over there. We're gonna shoot him right through the drive wheel. He's gonna try to return fire, but doesn't get it. And I apologize for my lack of enthusiasm on these. I don't mind playing ranked battles until you get like 4 teams in a row that have no idea what they're doing. Then you start to press too hard, but generally I think they're pretty fun. They add a different dynamic. The 7v7 is cool, but commentating on them are definitely not as fun as pub matches, especially like really good pub matches. So I'm gonna ram this IS-4, and that probably wasn't my best decision, but we're gonna get his track off here. I was hoping to track him, but apparently he wasn't angled enough, and now I'm gonna use him as a blocker to the IS-7, and we're gonna get a shot in the IS-4, and the IS-7 continues to circle us. I'm gonna get my armor around to the IS-4, but he's shooting heat rounds, so he goes right through. Retrack him. Really was looking for a lower plate shot at this point, since they're on our base and nobody's there to defend. Probably not going to do very well in this match. We're up to 900 damage. We were the first ones in, so that might help us out a little bit. And their heavy tank runs away because he knows that they're going to win, so he doesn't want to take damage. And that is what it is. So, end of the first game. Really unexciting. Let's hopefully take top dog here so we don't lose a spot. And we do. So it goes all the way up to Gold League, but it has to stay there for you to get to the next one. So then it drops back because we lost, but I was top dog. So the next game is going to be in Ghost Town. I'm in my IS-7, and I think I said before that, you know, if you're the 1 or 2 tanks that go off on your own, generally you're going to get isolated. However, if you don't get found, that's what you can do. The last match they capped us, and if they send nobody over there, then or I guess what I should say is, if our team doesn't send anyone over to one side, then the 2 tanks that go that way on their team are going to go right to the cap. And why even mess around? Just get 2 guys on cap and game's pretty much over, especially if you can do it right away and catch the other team with their pants down. So we're going to use opposite tactics as we would from the south, and we're going to go up to this location, which I talked about in the first ranked battles. However, I'm going to get a little aggro here because our whole team is here, right? So I don't want to play full defense. I want to at least get some tanks spotted before we end up stopping. And I'm going to come around the corner, and my team is content with just sitting on that corner back there, which is kind of embarrassing. And I still have nothing spotted, which I'm very worried about. No idea where their team is. I mean, hopefully their team is just sitting on their cap. That would be wonderful. But I'm thinking that they probably went down the AB line, and that's not going to bode too well for us. And right as I bring that up, they start capping our base. Alright, so I'm thinking about an exit strategy here. Now, if I drive across here, this IS-4 is probably going to have shots in me. So I'm going to try to sneak a shot into him, and I'm going to come across the top here. I could have gone through the middle, but honestly I don't know why I didn't go that way. Hoping that I could maybe just get a shot into the IS-4. I say GG, our tanks try to get on base, but you can see they left one at their base to defend. So brilliant by him. we put the fire out, and then we fix everything. We track the IS-7, and there's 20 seconds to get back to base. At this point, I know that we're not going to cap, so I'm just going to try to farm some damage. This IS-7 is actually going to send me a message about being worthless, and he was happy that I was stupid enough to take the bait, and we lost. And then I told him that I took top dog on my team, so it didn't affect me too much. Not much I can do when my team sits in one square at the bottom of the map. Not that I needed to respond, but I don't know. I'm not one to just sit back and take it. Now, if it's really offensive, generally I'll just ignore it, because that just really feels like a fueled play. But generally when people message you that kind of stuff, they're just trying to trigger you to send something stupid back to them. So I just try to send them something logical, you know, not really feed into their aggression, but give them a response. Alright, so we're on Cliff in the IS-4, and my favorite play on Cliff is get the 1-2 line, let's say 3 line, because you end up in the 3 line. So if you go up the 1-2 line, cross over EF, and then up onto E3, which I guess I could have highlighted for you guys, but honestly I am all ranked battle commentaried out, so I apologize. You can give me a dislike on this one if you want to, but hopefully this is the most enjoyable out of the 3 battles that you get to watch here. Alright, so this one has arty, and that makes it a little bit different from the other ones that we played. And I don't know why people take artillery in ranked battles. The maps are way too small. There are a couple, like Corellia, and maybe this one you can get away with it. But your DPM is so bad, generally, that you're not going to be able to participate unless it's like a really long match. So, though I preach patience, a lot of the times there's just parts of the game where people are unspotted and it's just like a chess match. So artillery isn't any good if there aren't any tanks spotted, or maybe there's tanks spotted that you can't shoot at. And really good artillery players, I know that they can probably make it work, but I am not one of them. I don't have the patience to become one, and to each their own. Alright, so one thing that I want to do is head down the F line. Since there is artillery, I don't want to go to the left side of this hill. In pub matches, artillery will chew you up in E3, E4, so I imagine it's going to be quite the same in ranked battles. I don't want to give him the opportunity. I will sit over here, support my heavy tank, and wait for the red teams to make mistakes. So there's a ship barn up on the hill, and you see how gigantic of a shot I had on him, so I hit him in the side. And now I load an HE shell. Unfortunately he backs up, but I'm able to get that HE shell to pen into the bat chat. And now there's a super conqueror there, and I was hoping he'd continue to push, because an engine deck shot with an HE shell would be pretty good. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like he's going to drive up out of that hole, so I'm going to just shoot him in the back of the head and reload another round. And I definitely don't need heat to go through the back of the super conch, but for some reason, if he were to turn around, I just feel like heat would be better served. So as he turns, we get an engine deck shot anyways, we light him on fire, and the ship arm goes down, and now we're in a 4v2. We each have arty left. And I'm going to flip around because I know that they're coming down the 3 line. And the nice thing is I can use this location to fight both sides, and I know that I'm already safe, unless they're already went into like E1 and maybe like G9. However, we have a heavy tank in B5, so the chances of him being there is pretty impossible. Our already takes down the Waffle E100, and I have heat shells loaded for his E100 to make his armor irrelevant. and he's gonna splash my track there. Look for a collar shot, and he just turns his head well, I can't speak English. Turns his head sideways, so we're able to get a shot in there, and then he gets shut down. So nothing too spectacular, just some solid gameplay, being aware of where their arty can hit us, and really just taking one player out of the game was my mindset there. When I see arty in ranked matches, that's what I'm thinking. So we finally get to Gold League. You can see through that whole plethora of games that we played, a lot of the times if we lost, we took top dog, and that's important, but it doesn't mean that you got to sit back. Now, even though I say patient, and preach patience, I'm not necessarily sitting back. I'm in a pretty good location on the map. That's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed, and leave comments below if you want me to do this again, but it won't be for a while because the ranked matches now are screwed up. Like, share, subscribe. Catch you in the next